Hello yogis, my name is April and welcome to the Yoga Ranger Studio and welcome to your practice today. Today we're working with morning yin yoga to help you express your truth. Maybe today you are having a little bit of a problem expressing yourself or communicating. Something's not quite working with your communication, either your communication outward to the world, expressing who you are and your needs and wants, or taking in someone else's communication. It's all kind of the same thing both ways. If that is something that's happening with you, or you think you have something really big coming up that you really want to be able to be really clear and authentic about what you want to express of yourself, then this is a great practice to connect to that. We're going to be working with the throat chakra and the liver gallbladder meridians, those meridians most closely related to this. So on the inner leg, outer side seam of the body, a little bit of the throat to kind of open up this space. So we're going to start seated. All you're going to need for this practice is one blanket or rolled beach towel. I'm going to sit on that to start with. Take your shoulders back. Take a couple of deep breaths here. And we're going to start with Ujjayi breath. And Ujjayi breath is inhaling and exhaling through the nose and just very gently closing off the epiglottis, the back of the throat. And this kind of helps the air swirl in this space and almost brings a little warmth, a little heat to the back of the throat. So taking 5 of those breaths, inhaling and exhaling. May sound a little bit like Darth Vader or fogging up a mirror or window. Don't worry about if it sounds really loud. It's probably much louder to you than it is to anybody else around you. And just one more deep inhale, Ujjayi breath. And softening your gaze, here connecting with whatever you may need today. Checking in, do you need to connect to that essential self of you? What do you need today? And using that to help guide you in setting an intention for this practice and for your day, to help guide you through the day and help really breathe some life into that intention. Maybe it's to express yourself clearly. Maybe it's to communicate with somebody better. Maybe it's to express what you need to someone or what you want from someone or what you have to offer someone. Maybe it's to be a better listener today. Taking one more deep inhale and exhale. Maybe inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth this time. We're going to take our first pose. It's going to be a supported fish pose. So taking that blanket, rolling it up, or beach towel, coming all the way down onto your back, laying down, and we're going to take ourselves where our shoulders are just hovering above the floor. Arms out to the side, elbows bent or straight. And then we're going to bring the bottoms of the feet together. This is going to be probably a little bit awkward for a lot of people because we spend a lot of our time curving inward, not outward. But you're connecting again with your intention and with your breath, really breathing deeply with this lifted chest pose. Maybe letting your head tilt back a little bit, the throat open. Feel yourself feeling a little bit sleepy as this is a morning practice. Bring a little energy into your breath. Deepen it. Maybe take a little bit deeper inhale, filling the breath all the way up. Maybe make your breaths a little bit faster. This will help bring a little more energy into the body and keep you alert and awake. Be asking yourself, how can I communicate better today? Maybe taking more time to think before you respond to other people, or maybe planning out what you're going to say. Sometimes even writing it down or pretending it out can really help you express yourself better. Maybe just listening better. Just about 2 more deep breaths here. Then slowly sliding one heel at a time out to the mat. And bringing those feet flat, knees toward the ceiling. Lifting your hips and sliding that blanket out from underneath you. Coming all the way down, maybe just windshield wipering the knees side to side, loosening up that upper back. It often feels really good to have a nice heart opener first thing in the morning. And then rolling over to your right side and making your way up. We're going to come into shoelace pose. Now I like to use a blanket for this because my body feels like it works a little bit better for me. So you're going to cross right over left. If a double version of this is not your friend, you can always take that left leg out straight and cross the right over it. See if you can get the knees somewhere near stacked or close enough, right? We're going to take the hands around behind us and take a few breaths here. Maybe coming back to that Ujjayi breath for our practice. The Ujjayi breath is often said to be the victorious breath. You'll have heard it called that as well. Kind of an inspiring breath. Checking in with wherever you feel sensation in your body here. Whatever emotions or thoughts come up in this pose. Connecting to your intention for your practice and for your day. your hips settle, your body kind of accommodate this pose a little bit more as the practice goes on. Release your hands behind you. You're going to take that left hand over to the left. Right is going to go up and over. And just stretch over to the left side. You can rest your hand on your head. Just a couple more breaths here. Taking that right arm back over, unwinding your legs. Sitting back for a moment here, maybe windshield wipering the knees side to side a little bit. Then taking our second side, so tucking that right leg underneath, taking the left over, or taking that right leg out straight, left leg bent over, stacking those knees as best you can, wherever your body accommodates. You're going to take your hands behind you and you're going to interlace them the different way. So it feels like you're holding somebody else's hand, letting those shoulders open up. Let this time of kind of quiet and morning start be a great way to start and be really centered before you express yourself through this day, before you communicate. Let your hips settle into the floor. Let your hands kind of drift toward the floor. The shoulders will naturally just kind of open up a little bit from the weight of your hands. Just a few more breaths here. Nice deep inhale, nice deep exhale. Unwinding those hands, taking that right hand over to the right, left hand up and over, resting it on your head or just reaching up. Checking in with your breath. Repeating your intention to yourself. And then taking that left hand back alongside that left hip. Unwinding yourself however you can, slowly and carefully. Taking the feet flat, knees wide, and just drop those knees side to side. Find a little movement here. Maybe wiggling your toes. And swiveling your ankles a little bit to loosen that space up too. Then we're going to take our blanket and we're going to fold it. So taking it out of the roll format, we're going to fold it in whatever stack you can to give yourself some knee protection here. And coming up on that stack, starting nice and tall to begin with, and taking that right foot out in front of you. And take hands down and lift that back knee and stretch that back leg back behind you. I'm going to come up into a high dragon. So taking that right hand on the knee, left hand on the knee. Just making a little space here. Maybe lifting the chin and opening the throat and the heart space. I always find when I need a little bit of a charge in the morning, the dragon pose definitely adds that little energy, that little charge. Then go ahead and take your hands, both hands to the inside of that right foot. Take the right foot out to the right a little bit. Maybe turn the toes out a little bit of an angle. And maybe coming onto the outside edge of that right foot, drop yourself down a little bit lower. Maybe you can come down to forearms, maybe hands, maybe fingertips. Just a couple more breaths here. And lifting up just a little bit, you're going to come onto that left hand. Right hand's going to grab onto that knee and take thumb and fingers on the inside and outside and just twist. palms back down. Instead of shifting back, we're going to shift into sleeping swan. So walk that right foot over toward the left. Lay the right knee down next to the right hand. And make your way where you can have that knee drifting all the way off the edge of that blanket and fold yourself down to wherever you want to be here. Maybe you're still up on forearms, and that's okay too. Or maybe you're 4 down or all the way down to the floor. Softening the back, lengthening the spine, breathing into the hips. Slowly starting to walk your hands back in. This time going ahead and stepping back to downward facing dog. Lifting those hips, walking your dog out a few steps. Maybe discovering that your blanket has been taken over. Shake your head out, yes and no. Rock those hips a little bit side to side. And then kneeling back down on your blanket, taking our left side. So taking that left leg out in front of you. And then go ahead and take your left hand, then your right hand on top of it. If you want to, you can take those fingers down, lift that back knee and pull it to you to open up some space on the knee. Lifting the chest, lifting the heart, maybe opening the chin up a little bit and looking upwards. And then taking both hands to the inside of that left leg, walking the left foot over to the left, turning the toes out, maybe rolling to the outside edge, coming down to wherever you want to be. Palms, forearms, fingertips, or a prop. Just a breath or two more here. And walking that right hand in more toward the center, taking that left hand, grabbing hold of that left knee and twisting to the left. Just one more deep inhale and exhale. Maybe exhaling out the mouth. Coming back to center, you're going to start to walk that left foot over toward the right. Maybe you take a hand and give it a little help. Left knee comes over toward that left wrist. Walk that back knee back so it's hanging off the back edge of that blanket. And lower yourself all the way down into sleeping swan. Going back to that Ujjayi breath. Bringing a little warmth to the throat, and the throat chakra. Just a few more breaths here. And slowly start to walk your hands back up and very carefully make your way back to downward facing dog. Lift your hips. Maybe walk your dog out, bending one knee and then the other, shifting your hips a little bit side to side. Shaking your head out, yes and no. Moving that blanket off to the side and coming all the way down for your Shavasana. Here you can choose to take your feet wide, drop the knees together. Arms out to the side. I sometimes like to take my arms up and over for a little deeper stretch for the chest and shoulders. You can take your legs out long. Taking some nice deep breaths. Reconnecting with your intention for your day. For me today, I am going to listen more carefully, really work on my listening skills to help my communication overall. You can stay here in Shavasana as long as you want or that you have. But if this is all the time that you have for your practice, go ahead and bring your knees into your chest, give them a little squeeze, bring your nose to your knees, knees to your nose. And then gently roll over to your right side and make your way up to a seat, whatever seat works best for you. Bring your hands together at the heart center, thumbs to the breastbone. Soft gaze. Take a moment to honor yourself for taking this time for self-care and self-exploration and self-love. May you be happy. May you be safe and protected. May you be at peace. Thank you for sharing this practice with me today. Have a great day.